legitimately one of my favorite films, and it's absolutely terrible.
Is it like it's legit? It's one of your favorite films. Is it like the cartoons? Because I saw the cartoons.
Yes.
I remember there's a cartoon, the black and white cartoon. There was Old King Cole was in it somehow.
Yeah,
he was not a merry old soul.
So the original creator did all the black and white ones, and then he also worked on a 1960s animated show. And his son, like as a tribute, wanted to finish the movie that the dad wanted to make.
Okay.
And it ended up in like fucking production hell for years, and it's just an absolute fever dream. Like
better or worse than Tiny Toons Adventures How I Spent My Summer Vacation?
The first hour, you'll have no idea what's going on.
Wait, how long is it?
80, 90 minutes, something like that. Hour and a half.
So the first hour of an hour-long movie, I'm not going to know what's happening.
Yeah, absolutely true. But
it's
full of Felix the Cat making puns and a poorly like Eastern European animated princess. It's bonkers. It's batshit. It's great.
How do you know she's Eastern European?
Not her. All the animators were Eastern European.
Got it.
She's from the dimension of Oriana.
What is that?
They explain that
this is Felix the Cat. Felix the Cat, the movie.
Yes.
It's called the Felix the Cat movie?
It's Felix the Cat, the movie.
Is it in black and white?
No.
Do you think the people who are watching this know that we know that we're live right now and we're doing pre-show banter?
Probably, but
in order to wait for Rose.
Yes.
Rose it's nothing but hot mics. It's the sexiest of mics. Kyle is trying to convince me to watch the Felix the Cat movie.
Felix the Cat, the movie.
Felix the Cat, the movie. There's too many articles in that. Too many definite articles.
You can go back and yell at the Hungarians.
I don't think the Hungarian. Okay, I want to see this now.
Of course,
I do. I'm excited for it. It's got Hungarian animators. It's got a cat. It's got some random princess that I'm probably gonna hate. Okay, so we're gonna watch Felix the Cat.
Thank you, Terry. Yes.
The Felix the Cat movie.
No. Felix the Cat, the movie.
Rose asked to give her like 10, 15 minutes. I'm just thinking that we should start in a little bit. She'll be mad though. She'll be angry.
Dave, you're never late. It's in tonight's particular case, we're waiting on Rose. Jake, I don't know if Jake ever really responded today after being asked if we were good.
Waiting on Rob. I can call Rob and yell at him. I have that power. If he picks up the phone. Okay. Did he respond in business list chat?
He is not.
Okay. This is gonna be fun.
We went live at 8:07, Dave. So like you're 2 minutes late. The show will be starting within like the next 5 minutes, but we figured that like can't just leave everybody hanging. We gotta have some pre-banter here. Dustin's exactly right. It's just wait until she finds out that it was sub.
What's up, Rob? You want to be on the business list tonight?
Like right now.
Like right now. If you would, that would be fantastic. If you're in the middle of family things, I don't care, and I still want you to join.
We have a Rose.
Gotcha.
Made it. Let's see if.
Well, we thought that Jake was going to be showing up, but Jake has decided to slack, and so fortunately, you're not on speaker. Don't worry, but we are live right now, and I'm talking to you on the phone live as I'm asking you to.
Jocelyn says that Jake's on the road home.
Okay, yeah, join us as soon as you can, and let's do it. Thank you, Rob. See,
are these headphones causing issues, or are they okay?
They're a little hot, but not a big deal. Yeah.
Can we roll tape? Yes, they're fine. They're good. Can we roll tape? Roll tape.
Are we not waiting on Rob? You just want to start?
Rob said he'd be here like within 20 minutes. So I'm not going to entertain the people by myself for 20 minutes. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Business List, your source for stories inside the party across the country and around the world. We are LP Alliance, an Intercaucus coalition rebuilding the Libertarian Party and revolutionizing the Liberty movement. Happy New Year. My name is Amanda Griffiths, and I'm joined by Rose Leatherman. I'm not joined by Kyle Davis. He's just here. I may or may not be joined later by Rob Yates and or Jake Porter. But right now,
maybe Jeremy Ficklin. We don't know what's going on.
And Jeremy Ficklin, our intrepid producer, who is somewhere in a location that I can
probably somewhere in or around Louisville, Kentucky,
or undisclosed. Well, don't dox the man, Kyle. Everyone, how are you?
A lot
Happy
of people
New
in a
Year.
city.
Okay, there are not. It's in Kentucky. Nobody lives there. How are you, everyone?
I've long had that suspicion that Kentucky doesn't actually have humans.
I don't think it
does. Just like Wisconsin. I don't think Wisconsin has humans either. I'm
here, and I'm certainly not a human. So it's just me and some cheese, and we don't associate with one another.
Look, we know Ohio's fake, and so like you're going north, you hit Kentucky, you hit the very end of everybody, and if you keep going north up like I-75, you just fall straight through the world.
No, you get Chicago, and then nothing.
Not up 75, you don't.
I am rapidly losing like all of the Midwest votes right now for the LNC. It's only Chicago. Chicago is the only element.
Chicago.
No cheese. I like Chicago. I hate Chicago deep dish pizza. That might actually be a good thing. I don't know. What are the people's thoughts on the Chicago deep dish? We do have news stories, guys. I promise.
Look, the people.
I feel like it's been so long. I don't even know where to start. I feel like a lot of shit just keeps happening, and it would not let up.
Shit kept happening. It was like news diarrhea. Just shit kept on happening.
This is the LPA news business list. Shit just keeps on happening, and it's like news diarrhea. I don't think that's a better tagline.
That's our new tagline for the new year.
Yeah,
I hope you like it.
We kept having these annoying holidays that got in the way of our ability to stream and talk about these things.
I just want everyone to know. I think that
she also doesn't believe in jolly holidays because she doesn't believe in being jolly.
I don't believe in jolliness or holidays. New Year's Day is just a day that people decided to make the year new again. That's
I always forget that
no significance whatsoever. Oh, it's the day of Jesus's bris or something. I think that was isn't that supposed to? No, I'm serious. Like it would be right. That's the thing. But yeah,
you can also.
I thought that New
Year's Day. That's the day that you're supposed to like start to live. Is the day of your circumcision. That's the day that you're like fully human.
I always think of New Year's. Like I forget that New Year's Day is the actual holiday because I always think New Year's Eve is the holiday, and then I'll like show up the next day at the place and I'm like, oh shit, why is everything closed?
The roast is beginning earlier this evening. Yeah, no, I things should not be closed on holidays. Holidays shouldn't exist, and
should all work for the revolution.
Holidays should commemorate revolutionaries and revolutions, and the things that people do on holidays to commemorate the revolution should be more revolution.
Well, that's why Christopher Columbus Day exists, right?
And that's the memo. Sorry?
I was being a monster and said that's why Christopher Columbus Day exists, right?
You're a terrible person, Kyle, and
that's the joke.
I hope that you have trouble sleeping. We begin, I suppose. We begin this evening because it's 16 minutes after the hour. Why not? We begin this evening with sad news out of Colorado, and it is pronounced Colorado. Stop telling people from other states how to pronounce the names of their states. It's incredibly rude. We begin with sad news out of Colorado, which is near Nevada. Jim Wiley has resigned from the Libertarian National Committee, left Libertarian Party. He is registering now as a Republican, and
running as
self-designated. What? I'm sorry.
He's running as one.
And running as one. I don't know that he runs, in fact, but he's self-designating as the Red Flame of Liberty.
Imagine
the red.
He spends like 2 years trying to shit on Karen Ann, and then rips her hand
off. And then
off.
adopts her naming strategy, her naming system.
This Red Flame has burnt out and is no longer fighting for liberty because the party is too hot and spicy for Jim Wiley, the rapidly browning red flame of liberty.
So, if he hadn't announced, would anyone have noticed?
I think Region 1 might have at some point. I mean, we didn't notice his membership had lapsed. Now his membership is lapsing for good. He writes to the Libertarian National Committee. He also writes to, this is from his resignation address titled Liberty SOS, to the Libertarian National Committee, libertarians generally, and humanity. When Kyle and I read this together, by the way, Kyle said that he was reading this in the voice of the teenager from The Simpsons with the permanent acne.
Squeaky voice team.
The Libertarian National Committee. I can't do it. I am formally resigning my membership in the Libertarian Party of Colorado and role as alternate Region 1 representative in the Libertarian National Committee, effective immediately, and announce the campaign for Secretary of State to the Republican Party. This decision is not a rejection of libertarian principles, which I never had anyhow, so how could I possibly reject them? Editorial insertion, which have
he hopes that
shaped
someday he might.
My worldview and fueled my anti-machine activism. The man is not for the industrial era, but a pragmatic response to the existential threats facing human liberty from election machines. So again, using the word sentence, do not recommend. As we stand on the brink of irreversible tyranny.
They were different machines, obviously.
Still, it's the typographer
one
is not
was the
compared.
Government machine.
As we stand on the brink,
calendar.
Kyle, of irreversible tyranny from vulnerable electronic voting machines. My third reference to machines in fewer than 3 sentences. I lack the time to nurture a third party, minor party, into a viable vehicle to achieve human liberty. The Libertarian Party, though purpose-built for liberty, operates on the margins and struggles to gain the traction needed for swift statewide impact. Maybe a machine would help with that. To truly advance liberty, a candidate for Secretary of State must focus on decertifying compromised machines. Gosh, this guy doesn't know how to read a calendar. Word of the day calendar for Christmas, and the word of the day is machine. Compromised machines, freeing whistleblower Tina Peters, and securing our state records on the blockchain. I will regenerate the Republican Party. To accomplish these purposes by joining its ranks, I can push it toward embracing transparency, voting rights, and election integrity while leveraging its resources to ignite human action. I remain grateful for the Libertarian Party's role in my journey and encourage unaffiliated voters to join its ranks before January 18th, 2026 for strategic purposes, such as I will not partake in. I urge them to vote NOTA on nominations for Secretary of State, Attorney General, and Treasurer candidates at the April 2026 Colorado. I'm sure that he does. This tactic avoids fracture the Human Liberty Coalition and also jeopardize his own campaign, ultimately helping promising libertarian Republicans, it's an oxymoron, like myself, secure victories and advance our shared goals, including justice for Tina Peters. Thank you for the opportunities and camaraderie. I wish the Libertarian Party continued success in championing liberty, and I look forward to our ongoing collaboration with future Word of the Day calendar entries. Machine, Jim Wiley, candidate for Secretary of State, Republican.
So if you want to be auditing those evil voting machines on Election Day, don't you need to be able to read a calendar and know when Election Day is?
You do, but you see, Jim Wiley is a man, a rage machine. And so all he has been reading heretofore have been electronic. Ergo, he rejects their projections and is just going on vibes. Election Day will be held according to vibes for Jimothy Wiley, Republican.
I'm sure the Republican Party is going to enjoy a twink Mr. Smithers who speaks in monotone.
No comment. No comment.
So this has come up as a thing potentially in LPA here. So if we made a Jim Wiley calendar where the dates were close but always wrong, anyone buy it?
I'm still campaigning for the quote of the day calendar with tasteful nudes. Today is a different tasteful nude. Every day is a new quote.
But they're all of Jake Porter.
just to let everyone know, I will be mailing you these calendars directly unless you donate to LP Alliance.
It's a strict opt-out system.
Yeah,
okay?
exactly.
Otherwise,
You have to opt out directly. I've got the phone right here. I'm gonna start taking selfies. But yes, so Jim Wiley has departed the Libertarian Party. How do we console ourselves in the wake of this loss? Tragic loss.
I'm of the opinion that we should have a casino night where the alcohol is open bar because we forgot to get a liquor license.
I mean, that actually sounds pretty libertarian,
right?
It's actually an accomplishment to lose money on a casino night.
No.
Casinos are usually very good at not losing money. So, I mean, the fact that they did lose money on something on a casino night was quite something.
Isn't there usually a way around the license thing? Like you can you can't charge money, but you can have a suggested donation with each drink, or you can have them buy something that comes with a free drink. Or
there we go, something like that. We make fun, but I wholeheartedly recommend that more people who are supporters of Jim Wiley follow in his footsteps and do as he has done. Join the Republican Party. And I about this. It's not just like get out. If there are people who have some libertarian proclivities but are Republicans, join the Republican Party and work to make the Republican Party more libertarian. Same with the Democratic Party. So this is he's doing actually for once something of which I completely approve.
Yeah.
I do, however, disapprove of his overuse of the word machine in his resignation letter. It's bad form, and I will be submitting a written warning against that.
Well, if he wants to rage against like AI data centers, that's something that we can probably all agree on.
He's raging against machines. I don't know what to tell you.
But I would like to know more about these machines. Specifically, what type of machines?
Machines seem to hate you. How do you feel about Jim Wiley's departure at this hour?
Only good.
Only good. Any further thoughts, or we're just...
So the thing with Jim Wiley is the thing that balanced him out was Hannah Goodman's incredible Democratness, right? And so now that she's
she
back
actually joined the Democratic Party. Yeah,
he's just unhinged now, and so he went the only direction he could.
Truman Democrat, is that what she said that she was? No, yeah, Truman Democrat.
So see, like I fully support. Like if you think that you can get into one of the major parties and push them in either one of them in the direction of more libertarian ideas, by all means, go ahead and do that. Much rather see people doing that than trying to turn the Libertarian Party into something that it was never meant to be. Here's the thing, though. Like, just one thing I've noticed, this party is very good at taking people and making them think that they're super important because they got into a position of influence within, like, their state party or county party or possibly with the national party, and making them think that they could actually be somebody in one of the two major parties. That's a whole other ballgame, trying to actually get somewhere with one of the major parties.
You see Angela McArdle
you need the money,
Angela McArdle is still failing to accept this, by the way.
Two more weeks, and then she'll have that job.
2 more weeks. She's got everyone on speed dial, everyone's dog groomer on speed dial, and taking her calls, everyone. Very, very
yeah. More often than not, they just get laughed out of the room when they try to show up to one of the major parties, as people have figured out the hard way.
I mean, and this is the thing, right? About
how have we never made this joke?
What?
Chris Townsend has pointed out that Dr. Wiley made Mega Man a machine man, and so we should absolutely make Jim Dr. Wiley shirts where it's the Wiley logo and the little Wiley face, but just with Jim's face put right in the middle.
You know why we've never made that joke, Kyle?
Because you haven't played video games.
Because I have no idea what you just said.
Okay, I'm not the only one.
I understand that you've never played games.
Thank you. I did never play video games. I was reading books, writing about revolution. So we move on. No, but this is the thing. I think that a better understanding of what it means to actually be within a political party is required or should be required for libertarian leadership. And to that end, people should study Republican and Democratic politics, not because they are ideological examples, but because they are, at the very least, you at least have a sense of the scale of what you're going to be confronting. And that is very important.
Hey, it's way easier to watch like the Republican and Democratic national conventions now that I actually know the process, which I learned from the Libertarian Party, of making motions work. So yeah, voting on or changing an agenda works.
Something that wasn't easy to watch, or shouldn't have been until the internet came around to it, was the CBS report on CCOT. 60 Minutes, as many people are aware, was scheduled to air a special on the El Salvadorian prison, to which many U.S. detainees, many of them Venezuelan, have been sent, accused of human rights violations, torture conditions, sexual abuse as well. And in the 60 Minutes brief, that was pulled at the 11th hour. Now, to be fair, looking at the memo that Bari Weiss, who is the one who pulled it, look at the memo that she sent to the people who are all geared up to air this and to staff. It seems as though she was worried about not having enough cover to be able to say, oh, we requested comment from the Trump admin. And she even says in the memo, guys, literally just call Stephen Miller up. He just vomits fascistic things on the daily. She didn't literally say this. Vomits fascistic things on the daily. He'll give you a quote that we can use and run with it. There was not a quote, at least of which she was satisfied, at the time that it was supposed to air. So it was pulled, causing a big to-do, causing a big hubbub. However, part of this did in fact run in different parts of the world. So we did get a little bit of a glimpse at the 60 Minutes CCOT special. So I'm actually interested to hear people's thoughts on why this was pulled. Because again, looking at the memo that Bari Weiss sent, I can actually see a little bit of her side here of wanting to be able to cover 60 Minutes' ass and say, look, we requested a quote and it was terrible. Here's the quote that we requested. But I'm open to hearing more about the compromised position of Legacy Media and so on and so forth.
What happened was one of their major sponsors, one or more of their major sponsors, probably received some threats from people high up in either the government or other entities that have influence over the media and, again, their sponsors. They were worried about losing their funding.
Receiving threats from Rob Yates, who was threatening to come on if I didn't let him on.
Eileen?
Rob, how are you this evening? What?
Come on, Eileen.
Rob is now a black dot for no reason whatsoever.
RY
Rob
dash.
has just turned into a black dot. He has vanished. He's been taken in the night to CCOT. He's being yelled at right now by a guard who's telling him about his... Rob, you're back. How is CCOT? You look refreshed.
It was surprisingly relaxing. Everything you heard is a lie. It's a tropical paradise. You get pina coladas for breakfast.
The president has invited you to CCOT. Are you honored to accept the invitation?
I mean, by all accounts, these people seem to be very happy about the fact that things are so terrible at CCOT.
Happy New Year!
So, Rob, happy day. Rob, as you were joining us, we were talking about the 60 Minutes segment that was supposed to air on CCOT and then did not, and part of it was leaked, and we were discussing the politics of that and the reason for not airing. Bari Weiss had sent a memo saying that there was no comment from the Trump administration, that Stephen Miller could easily give a batshit comment that could be run on CBS. But of course, there are other people talking about the compromised nature of Legacy Media. What say you? and why should this never have run?
I'm actually willing to be a little more patient with that. Like Barry Weiss is far from some uber conservative ass kisser of an administration. She's playing a long game. While the Republican Party, particularly under the aegis of Trump, have certainly not done a lot to earn the trust of legacy media outlets, the legacy media has also not put in any special effort to gain favor with Republicans. It's pretty, So, I don't know. It's one incident. It's a major one, certainly, but she just took over. I'm willing to withhold judgment and see what she does with it. I don't know who's watching CBS anyway, to be honest. So,
I mean, I watched this part of the segment that leaked. It's about 13 minutes long.
Of course,
got on
maybe that was the publicity stuff. It's probably the most views that anything's gotten that CBS has done in 30 years.
That could very well be. That could very well be, and perhaps that is indeed the long game. Something else that got quite a lot of views. So I hope that I wasn't the only person who felt this way. So there was an investigative journalism YouTube extravaganza that ran over Christmas weekend. There was a gentleman who, Nick Shirley, that's his name, who is a YouTuber.
Surely you
conservative.
Can't be
I don't want to be a conservative YouTuber.
Every time. It gets me every time.
Just in the nick of time. Conservative YouTuber.
Oh, wow, double.
Nick Shirley was seriously going to daycares in Minnesota that have been accused, in some cases quite credibly, of fraud, of state taxpayer fraud, showing up trying to evince that there was no one present at these daycares, that essentially there were like money laundering facilities, not literally, but basically like nobody goes there except they sometimes have kids go in and then the kids don't stay, or the parents go up there. Nothing's actually happening, but these daycares are taking the money. So this was all presented as though it's some new breaking story. The fact is, however, this has been talked about for months and has been a local story in Minnesota for a couple of years now. The welfare
They were
fraud.
arrested, tried, and convicted in 2022.
Now, I tried to watch this special, and I shit you not, I could not get through 1 minute of this man's loose relationship with consonants. I don't know. He cannot enunciate to save his life. And I welcome the rise of independent media, but you can at least learn from the legacy journalist's capacity for diction. That's not the man. That's you being able to communicate.
On a scale from BBC announcer to current Jake Paul with broken jaw, with a midpoint being Bryce Lipscomb, where are we at?
Like his second language was consonants. Second, possibly third. And he's talking about foreigners in his country. I'm like, so I don't know that you've ever pronounced a word correctly in your life. He's just slurring things. He has an aversion to marking syllables properly. Like everything's just an elision. That's all.
Well, does he pronounce learning center as leering center?
Honestly, that was the thing. I'm like, dude, if you saw that sign, you probably would read it as leering center. That's your native tongue. Here's
the thing. So, look, yes, some of these daycares that may or may not be daycares, like some of it is extremely sketchy. The thing is, though, like, I mean, watching what I did of, I'm not sure if I watched the full thing, but I think I watched some of the clips of him going into these places. Like, the responses of the people working there were not necessarily incriminating to having someone show up and knock on the front door and want to come into a daycare with a camera crew. Like,
I would like to videotape your children.
Where are the children?
Like,
where are the children?
I would be pretty pissed if I sent my kid to a daycare and they let some guy walk in just once asking because they would reasonably think
videotape the Somali children.
They would reasonably think he was there to case the place in the hopes of kidnapping a child. Like,
especially now that their documents have been stolen.
Yeah. Now,
Partially,
everyone
Yeah,
will be
so, well, I mean, look, we know that government programs that give federal grants and things are rife with all sorts of fraud. Like, we've known this for
they're
a long
fraudulent
time.
to start with.
Right. Like, I mean, look what happened with, like, the COVID loans, how much fraud there was, how many were, like, that were not repaid that ended up going into politicians' pockets. Look at in California, all the billions of dollars pumped into supposedly solving homelessness, and yet somehow these programs that are supposed to be for regular people are never around when regular people actually need them. Somehow the number of homeless people only increases, and 99% of these funds just seem to go into politicians and their cronies' pockets. Like, we know that these programs are, like, most of that money is not going where it's supposed to.
well.
So,
And
like, I think what's likely happening here, you've got politicians who see the opportunity to make some money off of the federal government, so they import, like, they bring people into the country who they think can help them achieve this, get them, with promises that they'll be provided with housing and Medicaid and other forms of assistance, get them set up as the face of these scams. Then when these are uncovered, it'll be Somali fraud rings that get blamed. They'll get off scot-free. They'll make this big production out of running exposés on these Somali fraud rings that somehow got into the country. They'll make a big show out of deporting them, and the politicians will be free to just repeat the scam a couple of years down the line with slightly different tactics.
Well, and so there actually is an interesting story in Reason Magazine by Eric. Is it Boehm or Boehm? I don't know, and I'm really sorry, Eric, who wrote a wonderful piece about how this really traces back to the broken Medicaid bureaucracy that we have. So some of this, yes, is money from Minnesota taxpayers. Some of this just comes from federal Medicaid. In which case this is from taxpayers nationally. And as we see with student loans all the time, right? If you are just promising a state or any entity money, if the federal government, which has no incentive to care about this shit, just promises a state or any other organization as much money as they really need for a thing, then you have no incentive to police the administration of that aid. You have no incentive to make things cheaper, right? Because it's somebody else's money. It's coming from the federal government. The federal government doesn't care. The federal government has the treasury to tell the Fed what to do. So, that's...
No, they're motivated to have it be as inefficient as they can, because then
Right.
next year they can just say, oh, we were so close to achieving our goals. We just didn't have quite enough funding. We clearly need an increase.
Which is why, yeah, indeed, this was discovered years ago. And people have been talking about this new, I guess, this resurfacing of the scandal for months at least. Nobody's able to do anything because there's no incentive from the bureaucrats to do anything. And this is what happens when there is a promise of free aid that the beneficiaries, of course, are going to love it. And nobody, the people who are receiving the aid, the states that are receiving the aid, don't have any incentive to, again, means test it. And then the federal government doesn't have much incentive to make sure it's means tested or administered properly, because once again, the federal government, it's taxpayer money, and then it's also basically helicopter drop money that, inflation years down the road might have something to say about it.
Did any of you watch the whole video?
I couldn't. I couldn't, because he can't say a whole word.
I don't think I watched the full thing. I think I watched I don't know, maybe half of it, parts
Rob,
of it.
please enlighten us.
Probably half.
Please
And
enlighten
to answer the
people.
question as to why Kyle looks like he's in the dungeon, we don't kink shame around here. We just don't.
That's where I keep Kyle. He is not allowed out. He's
Yeah.
been bad today.
Dustin, there is no fun gulag. There's no fun in the gulag. The gulag is a place of science, as I have said many
It's a
times
sex
before.
gulag.
It's a place of science. Rob,
Yeah.
We didn't read the full Wikipedia page. What actually is going on with these with this
the
investigation?
daycare thing, I think that the daycare thing, to some extent, people knew about. I tried not to go down this rabbit hole because to me it was like, oh, people are like stealing money like that was stolen from us and being handed out. Surprise, surprise! Like. It's not that it's a non-story. It should be a major story, but it should be a major story everywhere in every state all the time. The Pentagon just failed another $1 trillion audit. Like, this shit's going on all over the place. But
yeah, with Democrats, it's mostly social programs. With Republicans, it's mostly military programs where this money ends up misappropriated.
what got me more into it was seeing the pushback. So like one of the Krasenstein brothers started a GoFundMe for one of those daycare centers, and now you've got all the Democratic law politicians coming out and saying this is racism, and like, is it? Is it? Because there's $9
it's
billion.
Because it's being framed
in a racialized manner.
Immigration issue. Yeah, when it's not. So people lose their minds and divide themselves along tribal lines, as with everything right now.
I agree with you, Rob, that it's being framed in a racialized manner, and so that makes it easier for people to dismiss and say, oh, it's just racist. No, it's a serious problem, and the stupid people who are reporting on it
they're definitely coming with that, the Somalis, and it's a Muslim thing, and it's an immigrant thing. And I do think that there's probably some element of that, in that when you mass import people, which I've argued the Biden administration does, which to me is the government should get out of the borders business, just completely get out of the borders business. But when you are incentivizing people to come en masse, especially with massive benefits that are being paid for with our stolen money, instead of people being incentivized to assimilate, to try and thrive and prosper in the new place they come to, they're going to form enclaves that look familiar to them. So you do get communities based around countries of origin. Then you get to this place where it's like, as soon as you're like the Somali community, which it is, but there's some people that they just can't help saying it. It's like, whoa, that sounds a little racist. Like, I didn't mean to be racist. Like, you should like practice in front of a mirror or something, because you don't have a non-racist.
But see, they're baiting an audience that only wants to hear the racial angle, as opposed to, and this is what happens when nothing is ideological anymore. It's just all tribal.
It's all tribal.
So we're not addressing the
Somalis out instead of stop funding $19 billion for childcare.
Yeah, this guy
again, like this is not. This sort of thing would not be possible if if you've ever known someone who's tried to run a daycare, like they are subject to so many absurd regulations. Like I remember, I knew a guy who, like, he was trying to drop his kid off before work at daycare, was there like 10 minutes early, could not, but because his kid was not officially enrolled in the early start program, he could not leave his kid there even 10 minutes early. The explanation given was that because they are required by law to have a certain staff to child ratio, like they had to have, basically, like they had to only have children who were specifically accounted for there at all times. Like if an inspector were to drop in unannounced during that 10-minute window where the kid was there, and the kid was not accounted for because the kid was not on the list of kids who were supposed to be there, they could be in serious trouble. They could be fined and potentially shut down. So they're like, they are subject to so many inspections and audits. Like there is no way this could have happened like on this type of scale if the local authorities were not involved. So like, okay, so while it's true, there are people who have been obviously imported into the country because it serves the interests of someone powerful. Like they are being used, obviously, like, and they're going to be thought to be the fall guys when the lid gets blown off of this. But there is no way that people could just immigrate here and run something like this without the cooperation of the authorities, who are probably the ones behind the whole thing.
And that's the part that jumped out to me. So I actually do think the Somali part is relevant in that they appear to be
Tim Walz, Somalian.
Seriously, but that's exactly what I was going to say. Like, that's Tim Walz, like, ethnicity du jour, and he's going to talk about how much he loves the Somalis.
That's the other guy, though, right? The guy who ate at the Somali restaurant?
Tim Walz?
No. There's a governor.
I thought it was Mr. Whiskers.
There's another Minnesota politician. Now I'm making myself look like even more of an idiot. There's a Minnesota politician who's younger and not entirely horrible looking, except he doesn't know how to tuck in his collar. And he ate at a Somali restaurant. And anyway, it's not important. It's
as an aside,
everyone is pandering.
I don't think I've ever had Somali food. I love good Ethiopian, but what's Somali?
Yeah. Ethiopian food.
Somali food is like
there's a lot of steel involved.
I'm gonna let you guys make all the jokes. That's fine. You've got a campaign to run, Rob. I don't know.
Bad,
I don't think they're going to vote for me. They're all voting for Tim Walz. So
I'm going to use that.
No, but in all seriousness, so it seems to be that like the goal is to import people from Somalia who are connected to the people from Somalia already there, so they can expand this enterprise. Like at the end of the video, he goes from child care centers to these these like health delivery
Uh-huh.
platforms,
Mm.
and there's 4 registered in the same address. You walk in, there's one person working there. They've taken in something like $28 million in the last 2 years for like 2 orders. I forget the exact number, but it's something absurd. They've essentially done nothing and just been paid $28 million for it.
Right, home
And then they
health
have-
aides for medic.
Yeah, that's
what it's
called, yeah.
The LNC is basically a daycare. Why don't we just register that?
You should
And
be
then
getting funds.
all the budgeting problems will be solved.
We'd have to. Well, maybe it's good they're selling the building. We can move to Minnesota.
There we go. Perfect.
Although I don't think Tim Walz likes libertarians very much.
You know, I don't think Tim Walz knows what a libertarian is. I think Tim Walz, he
Well, he'd
just
probably
always
tell you
looks
it's a
very
libertarian.
confused.
Right
Yeah.
before he couldn't cock his
Yeah.
shotgun, and that's not a double entendre. That was
That's-
literally.
That's what I was about to reference to.
Kyle's back with us, everyone.
I've been here the whole time.
Yeah, I've been
Have you
participating.
though?
Kyle's just slowly
Yes,
morphing into
I keep-
Faced from Nickelodeon. He's just getting closer.
I keep
How's your-
trying to
how's your
learn
back
wording.
feeling?
He's here.
How's your back feeling?
Oh god, I
I'm
always
able to
hated
walk for about
space.
half an hour at a time without any pain.
Nice.
Sitting up, 2 to 3 minutes. It's awful.
Really? Wow, that sucks.
But everything says that's still normal. It's because the root of the L5 is like super compressed when you sit, and so it's just it's not good. It's not good, brah. And since the Georgia convention's in 2 weeks, I'm thinking of bringing like a lounge chair and laying out gorgeously.
Call Elon. Get
Um,
one of his robots ahead of time.
Dear robot, please carry me.
Yeah. Just wheel you
Um,
around.
Speaking of, are you going to be at the Georgia convention?
Still not sure. I'll know 3 days before. It's been a wild few weeks for me. Flus and surgery recoveries and yeah. Driving to
And
DC
other-
tomorrow.
News. For those of you planning to fly to conventions who have real IDs, first of all, suckers. Secondly, real ID isn't actually reliable. This comes from federal authorities who recently arrested a man named, if I can find it here, Leo Garcia Venegas, who's a construction worker in Alabama. This was during your standard ICE raid. Let's go to a construction site where people look brown and round them up because they're brown and say that they might be illegal. So Venegas produces his real ID and is subsequently told that it could be fake and that it's not reliable enough to verify citizenship.
So I thought that the whole point is that they were not able to be faked. When I renewed my driver's license, I don't know, 6 months ago or so, they're like, just to let you know, you're going to have to upgrade this to a real ID within the next year, which, okay, bullshit. But so why am I being charged money to upgrade it to a real ID if it's not any better form of ID than what I already have?
Because if you don't upgrade to a real ID and you don't have documentation for which you paid the federal government, the $75 every time you fly starting this month, and then somehow that money is magically going to be able to allow them to confirm your identification. That's the problem, is this man just didn't have enough money on him. If he'd handed them enough money to be able to run the necessary background checks, there wouldn't be a problem. But clearly our government does not have enough money. They're giving it all to fraudulent daycare centers, of which the LNC is not one. That's an oversight, in my opinion, that I plan to correct during my next term. And so, yeah, no money. And of course, this guy was then arrested and detained. And according to Philip Lavoie, the acting assistant special agent in charge of DSS Mobile, Alabama office, Real ID can be unreliable to confirm U.S. citizenship. So Real ID cannot really tell you whether you are a real person.
I wonder
So,
what statutory ground they have those on. I wonder if you could sue.
There actually is lawsuits.
Are they going to roll out like ultra real ID, super real ID, real?
Probably.
Like,
There's now
Real
digital
plus
ID.
plus.
real.
It's
ID.
being advertised. It's voluntary right now. No, there actually is
I know
a
what they're going
lawsuit
to do. They're
from
going to have Trump IDs. They're going to have like gold around
gold
them.
plated. Yeah. He's going to sign them himself. Yeah,
Hope he
the
doesn't watch
institute.
this show and get ideas.
He will. The Institute for because he calls Angela McArdle, which is what I'm talking about right now. Institute for Justice filed actually a federal civil rights lawsuit on this man's behalf.
Nice.
So that's where this court filing came from Comrade Lavoie, and about Real ID not being reliable to confirm U.S. citizenship. So we have that. It took us 20 years to get here. It took us 20 years since the announcement of Real ID to learn that, as a matter of fact, Real ID is pointless, because I don't have a Real ID, and I don't even have a fake ID. I have an expired passport, and I just haven't renewed it. I fly a lot actually now for work. The people at my local airport know me at this point, and they're just like, "Do you have your Real ID?" No. Okay, you're gonna have to take off your shoes. I do anyway. I'm wearing heels. You make me take them off already. So that's my punishment at my local airport, is I have to take off my shoes. My punishment at Reagan is that I get per one of the huge line to another state, wipe my hands to see whether my hands have bomb juice on them, as Kyle and a certain comedian, I forget his name, calls it. And then there's no bomb juice on my hands. I get to go through, but they still make me take off my shoes because of the principle of the matter. That's all. That's all.
So they don't make you pose for the full body scanner or whatever?
No, they don't.
I have not flown since I was 10, or okay, actually probably more like 15, but still, I have no intentions of doing so anytime in the near future because I hate planes. So, yeah. I'm liking my decision.
Do you need a Real ID if you have a passport?
If it's current, no, you do not. But mine isn't current is the problem, because life gets in the way.
Well, plus a passport's like $280.
Yeah, that's why.
And if you want to expedite it, and not to take 6 months, then yes, I'm going to be paying money to the federal government no matter what. I feel badly about this. I'm bitter and angry.
So,
yeah.
Phil, I went on a work trip. This is maybe 3 years ago now, and it was like a bonding trip or whatever. So we went to a range, and I forgot that they were going to swipe, and that ended up being a massive headache. You will get further than first base.
Why? Okay, so they're checking for gun residue.
Yeah.
If you've already fired a gun, what is that proving?
Because if you make a bomb, I guess the same shit's on your hands.
Okay, so it is bomb juice. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
So if you're,
I feel like you would have washed your hands before.
You're halfway
like you make a bomb several days prior
you can't get the stuff off though. It has to come with the skin, layers of skin coming off.
But if you just wear gloves, like any competent bomb maker would, because these chemicals are caustic.
This is bomb making 101. I learned that freshman year. You just wear gloves.
I feel like the
not that I would know, not that I would have any experience in this.
If you collectively add all the IQ numbers of everyone in TSA, you have an 8.
Seriously, if they watched this earlier, they'd be like, "What's she talking about consonants? Who's consonant in me?"
I live in Wisconsin. Is that no? If my Wisconsin TSA agent is watching this, you're fantastic. You're doing great, and I'll see you in a couple weeks.
If my agent from Hartsfield Jackson's watching this, fuck you.
If my other agent is watching this, I'm very sorry. I'm sorry for being such a terrible client.
And fucking frisked. Every time.
I don't know why. Honestly.
Because of his superior good looks.
There we go.
Whoever press science says we're overthinking it, TSA, it's like if they took all the government employees and ranked them by IQ and then took the dumbest 10%, they're like, y'all are TSA.
And yes, we need competent bomb maker shirts.
But then there's a tier lower.
I encourage everyone to fly in them.
Yeah, just wear bomb maker at the airport. Nothing's going to go wrong. It'll just intimidate them, honestly. They will not have enough bomb juice swabs.
This is not legal advice.
And it'll say LP 2026.
Say LP Alliance. It'll say Libertarian Competent Bomb Makers Association.
This will be our viral marketing, because it will definitely be in the news that way.
Yeah.
It's also...
Okay. So as some, inside baseball for LPA for a second, we've been working with someone to help with fundraising and marketing. He's been telling us we need
Dan would kill us.
We need a good name for the people who are in the alliance. And now I'm just thinking that we have to call it competent bomb makers, right?
I
Anyone
like
who joins LPA is a competent bomb maker.
It's not anyone who joins LPA though. I think it's just the donors.
We'll passive aggressively pass out incompetent bomb makers to anyone who has not joined us.
Yeah, if you haven't donated money into LPA,
Anybody that's against LPA getting a sticker on the back says incompetent bomb maker.
yeah.
It's like a kick me sign, but incompetent bomb maker.
And you're
Oh
gonna
my
wear
God.
that to the
We are-
airport too. See what happens.
We're not monetized anywhere
It
anyway,
really is
but
the-
if we were, we would be demonetized for this one.
Like TSA,
I have a job.
I'm constantly amazed every time I fly. Just like you can't really have this many people who are this dumb all in one place. Maybe Somalia, but sorry.
Okay, that's gonna get.
It was there. It was there. It was there.
I-
It was there.
I formally denounce that statement. I just want to say I condemn
Hey,
that statement.
they're one consonant
It's
short
not
of a
us,
learning
not who we
center.
are.
When they get that consonant, yeah, you could stuff.
It's
Oh my
honestly
gosh.
You
It's how
invited
the
me. You
reporter
called
would've
me and told me
pronounced
to come on the broadcast. You
This
can't
is a
so
do
long
new
ago.
show.
it's so long ago. I don't remember that.
No, but in all seriousness, it's like there are some other places you encounter, like not necessarily the brightest, but people are working hard, doing their thing.
Libertarian
Fine,
nationalism.
there's always a mix.
Yeah.
I have yet to meet a TSA agent that I can like hold a conversation with.
Yeah,
They really had to scrape the bottom of the barrel for that agency.
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
It's,
No,
I
I
mean,
know the
they-
very bottom, like below the barrel,
Well,
leaking out
ice,
the
yes.
dregs
So-
are ICE agents.
Yeah, well, I mean, they
This
were
is-
formed after the TSA. The TSA took what we thought were the lowest of the low, and turns out they weren't.
and then give them
Amanda
like
already
this
makes fun of me for being a bougie
incredible
bitch.
feeling of self-importance. Ugh.
This is my
Speaking of
victory
feelings
lap.
of self-importance, Amanda already makes fun of me for being a bougie bitch, but I went and got my global entry so that I don't have to wait in any of the lines for any of the
Oh,
TSA shit.
go to literally hell. You
We-
call
like-
yourself a
I
libertarian. You did not tell me that. You did not
I
tell
did that
me
a long time
You-
ago when we traveled.
Go
a
up
lot.
to TSA
Also
pre,
go to
flash
literally
the
hell.
card,
Don't,
gone,
yeah,
straight through.
oh, and you're afraid of government surveillance. You can just get your citizen of the world here. Pardon me.
As-
Excuse me, citizen of the
someone-
world. I have global entry.
No.
And then they
As
roll
someone who
blood of
works
carpet.
in the security field and industry, the thing that I fear the least is the U.S. government.
Yeah. There's
I
something
mean,
to that.
it's global entry though. It's now they're all looking
Right.
at.
Global entry is a U.S. only program.
Exactly, Phil. Thank you. The fact that you passed that background check, either
Oh,
is something
this
for
leads
you
us to another
or
thing.
say to be ashamed of.
Oh,
I have
Phil,
been
they
on
don't.
the
It doesn't
no-fly
matter.
list
You just
before.
pay and you're in. We used to have it
Pretty
when
much.
we lived overseas, and it's not cheap, and you have to have traveled a certain number of times. But then it was like $400, and then you're in.
400, motherfucker.
It's like every 6
When you
years.
travel
yes.
internationally 7 times a year, it was worth
Yeah.
it.
It's the big ass customs line. You don't have to wait in that.
Yeah.
I like the customs line. I enjoy making friends with people. It's like bonding at a barricade.
Yeah, I could
And
bond
you
with them
can
while I'm
quote me
waiting on
on
my
that.
luggage instead of waiting to
No,
get
no,
someone to like.
because the luggage people
finger
are so
fuck me.
no. The luggage people are so touchy because like people, that's my bag. Don't take it. That's probably don't. Or you should. Did you check
Amanda
your
is
name tag?
confusing the people with her own mother.
How many things have y'all ever smuggled internationally? Because I got a long list.
I don't have to answer that question actually.
I'm
Yeah, I'm not
happy
answering that
about
on
it.
stream.
Yeah,
I've
my
smuggled
attorney
so
has
much
advised me not to answer this
Yeah.
question.
My attorney
They
has
can
also
check.
advised me to wear a competent bomb maker shirt on the plane, though. So I mean, take it or leave it, I guess.
Nothing I've smuggled is still in existence, so I'm not worried about it. It was a long
You
time ago.
just wear a jacket completely closed, and once you get on the plane,
They make you
unzip.
take off your jacket.
I don't know. I don't wear jackets.
They'll make you take off more than that if you show up with gunpowder residue on your hands.
Oh man, it's gonna be that's where the tasteful nudes for the LP Alliance calendar are coming from.
There's
It's
nothing
just from my
tasteful about
airport
it.
striptease when I got the competent bomb maker shirt and the gun juice on my hands. Yeah.
So we need to check Uranus. Da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da.
And we love you, Tyler. Did we cover because you had a story, Kyle, that you wanted to touch on? I want to be sure that
I did.
You posted
did.
this in our little chat, and you were contributing to the conversation for once. So please share what you found.
So, one of the big things Trump has claimed with his tariffs is that it will reduce the trade deficit and bring manufacturing back here.
Planning.
What they've found
Soft, flaccid
is that
planning.
we lost manufacturing jobs. They slowed down technically during his first term tariffs, and now we are actively losing jobs faster than we have in like the last 30 years.
Yeah.
Again,
Yay!
it's like a conversation with a state socialist. Like every single argument is based on what's supposed to happen when you implement their policies and not what's actively happening right in front of our eyes.
Your rugged anarcho-individualism talking, Rose.
I'm just
brainwashed
by the capitalists, clearly.
You are, absolutely, and it's tragic.
I don't understand that the state will just wither away if we give it total control over the economy.
Maybe the idea is just to take out all the jobs apart from ICE agents and construction workers, and then it'll be like another type of class war, and then I'll cry, and I don't cry.
Amanda is the class war.
Yeah, we know you don't.
I am the class war.
You don't have human emotions.
I am your class war.
We decided that last week, remember?
Yeah, exactly. This is heavy. I didn't know it was filled. I'd forgotten. I needed 2 hands for that. Did we
transparent?
And so like if I fill it up, right, then it's all the way at the top, and I can't tell.
You see that little wiggly line right there on the camera? That's
now.
That's what it is.
I don't know what's so funny. I really
Did
don't.
you really
I'm
have your
trying
tear
to
ducts
stay
removed?
Sounds like a good idea, honestly.
Good call, Phil.
Okay. From the comments, who wants to see Amanda do a water gallon challenge?
Is that where you chug a gallon of water?
I do that. I do that in the airport security line. I'm telling you, they love me there. I'm a one-woman show. I go in I'm holding a huge
So you have to
thing,
chug the whole gallon.
It. I mean, they ask if I want to pour it out, but I'm like, no, you're asking for a challenge now, and I want to prove my mettle. So I chug it for them, and then I'm told to take off my shoes, and I do. And
doesn't that backfire? Then you have to wait till the plane is fully in the air before you can get up to use the plane restroom, and then there's a line. You have to wait for the stupid green cart to get past.
They can't stop you.
I mean, you don't, but they'll give you a dirty look. They can't, and if they try, then watch out.
They can repeatedly say "sir" in a stern voice and put a hand out. Sir, sir, sit down. Sir,
this comes back to the IQ of TSA.
That's because have you arrested when they land.
So if it's an explosive liquid, if you've chugged some degree of it, either it's not an explosive liquid or you're willing to drink an explosive liquid.
I mean, look, if you're a suicide bomber, does it really matter if you drink it and then it explodes in your stomach or it explodes in your bottle?
I was asking these questions when I was 11 years old, and my dad was like, "Shh, Amanda, you can't ask these questions in the TSA line."
The thing that always got me is
they will pull
turn
you
off
out.
your cell phone, and I'm like, if just turning on a cell phone can crash a plane, like, why are we taking our shoes off? This seems like a much bigger issue. But then MythBusters did an episode on it, and well, a cell phone can be incredibly dangerous to a plane. The shielding on a commercial jet takes care of it.
And now we know.
That's all I got.
As an aerospace engineer, it's always made me so fucking angry.
It's just to keep people from having conversations on planes, which Kyle, by the way, continues to try to get me to have conversations with him on the plane.
My work building, there was I worked in one of the research labs on the 3rd floor, but it was like a medical facility. Like the first 2, there was like a physical therapy on the 2nd floor. There were some patient exam rooms on the 1st floor. There was a sign on the front door saying, "Please turn off your cell phones. The signals will interfere with our medical equipment." I'm like, that's complete bullshit, but they just don't want us to deal with people being on their phones while they're trying to talk to the patients.
Understandably. Guys, have we done this episode to death?
No, I got one more thing.
We got
I'm
one
trying
more.
to find it now.
Let's do it. All right. Rob's got one more thing.
I want
Rob
to say the exact quote.
Rob is looking for the exact quote as we speak. He is searching
Did you see?
tirelessly.
Well, I had it up and I hit refresh like an idiot. Did you see Mamdani's inauguration speech?
Yes. So we were thinking of we were thinking of doing
frigidity of rugged individualism with the warmth of collectivism.
Look, don't talk about my womanhood that way. Really unfair.
Well
And
played.
I
Nice.
didn't expect
So
much
uncouth.
from him. But I thought maybe we could have a quiet night together and not get blasted in an inauguration speech. But apparently that's too much to ask of a state socialist. And so Zoran, I'm deleting your number and I'm blocking you.
And I gave him praise.
Also tried
I
to
gave him
cuddle,
praise
and I
on
hate
the
cuddling.
official LPNY account for some of like his ideas for small businesses.
For shame. I mean, like that part I understand. See, that's a nice thing, right? About like the DSA, because Americans are so individualistic anyhow. The problem is we're also atomistic, which is a false individualism. But the day is just they just, a lot of them are not hardcore state socialists and would be very happy to see small businesses thrive. And I say more power to them.
Right,
and
yeah, no,
they
we
should
can
come
agree
make the
on things
Libertarian
that-
Party better.
We can agree on harm reduction measures that will benefit regular people, such as letting
We
people
have
just
ballot
freaking
access.
operate their small businesses or their self-employment in peace. Yes, I will
Yeah.
ally
Jay?
with you on that.
My
Things like
mom-
drug decriminalization
Rose,
and other ridiculous crimes.
Can I
Yes,
jump in
I
right
will
on that
ally
one?
with you.
My mom
No.
is visiting for the holidays, and she was reading that in Maryland, as of today, speaking of small businesses, for barbers and is it estheticians,
Is it occupational licensing?
for their occupational license, they have to take an hour of domestic violence training classes now
Good.
to maintain their license.
Never again can your barber beat your ass.
That's what I was saying.
I
Like,
mean,
that's how I choose
look,
my
after
person to
Sweeney
cut my hair.
Todd, I understand. That man was slicing people's throats.
Yeah, but it's Johnny
His
Depp.
girlfriend was
We'd all-
baking
we'd
people
all
in
be fine with
pies.
But that's not domestic violence. That's just violence. Unless
It
you're
was-
in a relationship
Look,
with your
they were
partner.
in his domicile.
Yes,
So it was
exactly.
domestic.
Exactly. He was there's a pretty woman.
Because I'm sure an hour of state sanctioned training will prevent your barber from murdering you, right?
It
Judge
works so
Trump-
well that the police are the most likely to beat their wives in the entire country.
Judge Turpin.
It was at 40%, and that's just the number that's officially reported.
And on that happy note, did we have we now?
We made fun of
We
him.
do have another story. This Sunday, 4
Yes,
p.m.
okay. You're going where I was going. Good. Do it.
Do it. No,
No,
you're
this
prettier.
Sunday, 4 p.m. Boogahoo. That's right. We are starting 4 p.m. Eastern. We will be hosting Tim
Time there
Teagan. He'll
is.
be joining us to discuss the Boogaloo movement, and this is to kickstart a new series, by the way, proposed by the amazing God King Mongol Phil Ryan, who deserves all the credit for that, in addition to Tim.
Dr.
As everyone knows, we
Mongol
celebrated his
Ryan.
birthday about a week ago.
That's correct. The Dr.
That's
God
called
King Mongol
Christmas?
Phil Ryan has given
It's not his birthday.
to us a new series is born. To us or for us a new series is
Unto
born.
us a
It's
series
about-
comes down from the heavens.
It is about the rise, fall, and possibly resurrection of the Boogaloo movement, the real libertarian Boogaloo movement, before it was co-opted by rightists and other such infiltrators. It is one that you do not want to miss. That is this Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern. Boogahoo. I didn't think of the title, by the way. That was also Phil. Check it out. Check it out. Mark your calendars. All right. Are we done? Are we done? Are we done?
Nope.
Yeah, I've been planning
As
a robbery.
always.
I got some checkbooks and documents to steal from a local Leering center. So
Beautiful. Beautiful.
talk to you in a little while. No.
So as always, LPA is hardcore kicking off this month. Our really big push for to get the 100 Povertarians to Grand Rapids. This is a
That's what the
big
money
thing.
goes to.
Yes. So if you donate right here from this QR code, or if you want to send a check like Dave has, because Dave's one of our biggest supporters of
Dave
all
is
time,
fantastic.
you can do that too. This is helping us get the Povertarians to Grand Rapids. The fact of the matter is, everyone knows that there are lots of libertarians that don't get their voice heard at the national level, especially. And it's because for national, you have to be there. As
And
such,
you have money
LPA,
to be there.
Yes.
yeah, quite a bit of money, in fact.
I
As
just
such,
booked my
the
hotel
LPA
room and I was reminded of how much money it takes just to be there, and that's not including the cost involved with getting there.
Yep.
It costs so much with people. So much money it costs.
As such, we're kicking off a bunch of tiered stuff, so keep a look out for this. Where for $150 a month, you can send a $175 a month. I'm sorry, you can send a Povertarian there. You can sponsor a Povertarian entirely. And we're gonna have a lot more information about that, maybe on a Solidarity stream coming up. But this is big. This is big. The LP has not done a good job of this kind of thing in the past, and so there's a market. There's a thing to do. We're filling it.
If we want to change the party, we got to get different people. We got to change the delegates. And so this is not, we're not vetting by caucus. We're not doing any of that bullshit. We are getting.
You don't have to vote for what we're arguing for.
Right.
Nothing. We are literally putting our money where our mouth is. And before you say, well, are y'all donating? Yes, we are. All of us. A lot.
I mean, we might argue with you later, but...
Oh, yeah. I might tell you your vote was
disqualify you. We'll just make fun of you later.
Dave
you might
Davis,
get a strongly worded social media post made at you.
It's true. Dave Davis, thank you so much. It's going to be a big thing. We are the goal is renting vans across the country, picking people up and driving them to Grand Rapids, which I know for some folks, like if you're in Maine, for instance, that sucks. Alaskans, Hawaiians, we don't really have everything planned out for exactly how we help you guys yet, but we're working on that.
I think honestly, flights can be cheaper because otherwise you have to stop at hotels and shit.
I mean, that's fair, and it's really hard to drive a van from Hawaii.
Yeah. It's like Oregon Trail, where you're like fording the stream and then the.
I would always just pay
there are
somebody
boats. You can drive onto the boat and ship there. But
please do support LPA. If you want to get involved, please do that. Go and follow us on X at LP_allies. Join our Discord that is linked on our X account. Write for and read the torch.media. It is our online movement journal, Liberty Movement's powerful new voice. And Rob, you look like you're about to say something.
Yeah, I got one last thing that I didn't realize, but this is making me sad. MTV shut down yesterday.
It did. Video killed the radio star.
With the first and last
song, indeed.
Kids, for all you kids watching, there was a time when MTV was awesome. It was a long time ago, but it was awesome.
Remember, kids?
That's all I got. Pour one out for MTV.
Do join us
on
Sunday.
It was a bunch of trashy dating shows.
Do join us on Sunday for Boogahoo. Join us on Tuesday for another Solidarity stream. Join us on Thursday again for the business listen until
Tuesday should be with Tina Teen.
Yes, Tina Teen, who also you don't want to miss. Why would you? Okay, the half of the show is just promos now, but you do not want to miss our show with Tina Teen, who is with the Libertarian Party of Georgia. It's called Gierci. And that is Georgia, not the fake place where yes, Gierci More Freedom. Not the fake place where Kyle pretends to live, the actual country of Georgia, where things are happening. Some of them cool, some of them terrible, but Tina Teen is going to be on to talk about it. And I think that does it. Until next time, everyone.
We're gonna say anarchy. And we're gonna say anarchy. Full transparency. Now I wanna say anarchists on the business list. Destroy!